Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I'm Sankey84 and welcome to Blackthorn Arena. Now, this is an early version of the game, so it's not feature complete. There will be mistakes and bugs and all that stuff that comes with a game not fully completed yet. As you can see there at the bottom, the devs are hoping to get this game out in the next couple of months. But there is hopefully going to be some changes between now and then. However, I have managed to get my hands on it. So what is Blackthorn Arena? Well, it is a Roman-esque gladiator school management game where you have to get your gladiators, train them up, keep them alive hopefully, and improve your standing in this fictional fantasy world. But instead of me sitting here explaining the game to you, why don't we just go new game and I can show you. Before we do anything, we get to create our character. Now, hopefully in the main game you will get to see your character more, because as far as what I've seen in the hour or so that I've played of this, just to get used to it and do all the training sections, you never get to see your character again. So I'm not sure what the whole thing of creating your character is at this moment in time. First thing we need to do is pick male or female, and I think we're going to go with a female. And we can have a look at our portrait, although none of these portraits actually look anything like what your character ends up looking like. But I think we should go with that one. That looks pretty intense and very elegant. Next we shall pick a name, and I have been thinking about this, and I think a good name for ourselves is Minerva, the Roman goddess of wisdom, because we are going to need a lot of wisdom if we are going to succeed. And to make this more realistic, I think we're going to set it to Iron Man mode and no manual combat. That means we cannot save and reload if we make a mistake, and we cannot get involved in the gladiatorial fights themselves. So next we're going to create our protagonist, and let's just spin her around a moment and focus on the head. So we can change the hairstyles and see if we can find one similar to our portrait. That's pretty similar. So hair 6. No, yeah. So we'll go with hair 6 because that is similar to our portrait. There are 6 different eyes at the moment. Again, hopefully when the game comes out there will be a bigger selection for everything. But at the moment you've got, even though it says none, it's normal. Is alligator eyes, alternate alligator eyes, cat eyes, alternate cat eyes, large eyes, or none. And I'm thinking we'll go with none. We'll just keep normal eyes. Select a set of eyebrows, not really fussed. And we can change the face, so let's have a quick skip to see if we can find one that's similar. Yeah, that looks close enough. And we can change her skin tone, so that's handy. Yeah, that looks, it's not perfect, but it looks close enough, I think. We can also change the hair. However, I have noticed that the colours don't always match up to what you actually see. Now, I'm not sure if that is a bug in the early game or this is something that the devs have done deliberately, but for example the blue and very dark brown are identical, so I think we'll go with a lighter shade of brown. Or is that red? That That looks like it's got a tint of red in it to me, but never mind. We'll go with that because that looks nicer anyway. That portrait picture of hers was taken before she got this hairstyle. And we can pick her eyes, so we're going to go with a nice set of blue eyes. We can also alter the body, so I think she's going to have, I like a woman with long legs. Not that there's anything wrong with anyone with short legs, but I do like a nice tall woman, so there we go. And if we wanted to, we could get into really good depth about changing things, and we can even go into the face and really get into some detail regarding how our character could look. But as I say, you never get to see your character again, so I'm not going to waste too much time on this. So let's start.
300 years ago, the ancient Tali Empire fell apart in an unprecedented disaster called the Great Decadence. Its land was divided into several kingdoms, and its many slaves and gladiators were either liberated or exiled. Those grandiose arenas of which the Talian people were once so proud are now all but abandoned or destroyed. Only a small part of this ancient recreation survived, lingering in a brutal land full of chaos and disorder, called the Freelands. In the depths of the underground, among its abandoned ruins, 10 arenas remain and persevere in this gory sport. For many generations, your family has presided over the oldest of these, the Blackthorn Arena. While under your grandfather's rule, the arena's fame reached its zenith, as did your family's wealth. Then, it fell under the care of your father. He proved to be unfit, and the Blackthorn Arena's reputation and popularity declined irreversibly. To save the crumbling family business, your father did something shameful, dishonest, and unacceptable to his peers, which is using the forbidden art of magic in the games. His trick was discovered, and he was killed by assassins from other arenas. After your father's death, an enemy took over the Blackthorn Arena, driving you and your mother out of your home. 10 years later, you've returned under the guise of a nameless merchant. The only possession you have is a bag of coins. The past 10 years have seen you sacrifice everything you've earned to restore your family's arena. Upon your return, an aged loyal servant of your family recognized you. He swears to help you reclaim your family's glory. 2 days later, under his arrangement, you enrolled in a small match in a nameless arena with only 2 untrained gladiators. And this is where your road to restoration begins.
Okay, and after that little introduction there, you see us coming in, we are going to get our first fight. Now, this is just a training fight, and as you can see there, we already have 2 gladiators that the game has produced for us, and we'll get into all the little bits, but at the moment, let's see what Rufus has to say. Thank you, my friends, for joining me in my humble arena today, especially those of you who have travelled a great distance to be here. Today I am proud to present some new faces, but before the game begins, let me introduce you to Mistress Minerva, the woman who recently bought Blackthorn Arena. Yes! The legendary Blackthorn Arena is back in business and ready for new glory. And then the audio please, because as you heard in the intro, Yeah, Blackthorn Arena has a bit of a bad rep at the moment. To be fair, I will send in 2 novice gladiators. And you see that? That's the 2 that we will be fighting. And now, let's welcome our gladiators from the Blackthorn Arena. And this is ours. Who will leave the arena alive today? It's time to find out! Okay, and I had just paused it a moment. Now, you can pause it and give some slight instruction. You know, we turn battle control off. You can kind of shout from the sidelines, shall we say, certain instructions. So, the first thing we'll look at is our gladiators themselves. So we've got Ariana and Beauregard. Okay, so if we just have a look at Ariana first, the first thing we can tell her is how do we want her to attack. So we can say attack from a distance, attack from all 4 sides, so front, back, left, right, attack from just the side, try and get behind, and you know, don't think about it, just attack basically. We can then say what type we want them to do. So do we want them to chase down the opponent? Do we want them to hold but fight them if you come close enough? Do we want them to try and keep a bit of distance between them but stay where they are and wait for them to come into range? Or do we want them just to run away and keep as much distance as possible between themselves and any opponent? We've then got the combat style, and when we get a bit further I can give you more information on what these actually do. But aggressive is, as it says, very aggressive. They just constantly attack. Cautious, they will attack the majority of the time, but they will hold a little bit, and that will give a bonus to their accuracy. We've got defensive, so again we won't attack as often, but they'll be watching for more that's more counter-attacking. Preserve is they will hold off a lot. Then there is if we want to follow them or not, and then you've got what level they are at. Under the name you've got the health, and underneath that is their stamina. So every attack does use stamina, and obviously if their stamina is too low, they can't. Down at the bottom on the quick bar, now because I have turned manual combat off, I can't actually do anything with this bar now. But that doesn't mean they can't. They will use these abilities automatically. These abilities are their personal ones to give them advantages in certain areas, and again we'll get into that a bit later on. At the moment, that is about everything you need to know, so let's just close it a bit and we can watch this fight take place. One other thing as well, because we are in a fantasy world, you might have noticed it already, but they are not all human. We have humans, we have elves, we have dwarves, and we have beastmen. Now, while the dwarves, humans, and elves look very similar, hopefully again that will change in the full version when it comes out, but they do kind of look very similar at the moment. However, the beastmen, you can tell them straight off because they do have a unique look to them. Now, looking at these here, we know we've got one beast, and that would be Madeline. I'm not too sure on Foster. I'm thinking he's an elf, just due to his portrait at the top there. And looking at Beauregard and Ariana, I would say we can find that out in a bit. But for now, let's enjoy the show, shall we? And there are different ways to build your gladiators regarding weapons and armament. It looks like Ariana is a dual wielder while Beauregard is a single, so that's okay. Foster is now broken running, but it looks like he is sword and shield. And yes, as you just spotted there, these arenas do have traps in them, so your gladiators and your opponents can actually fall into traps. But we won that one fairly easily, although Ariana has taken some serious damage there. But let's see what Rufus has to say now. The gladiators of Blackthorn Arena are victorious. Not bad for our young mistress. Now, the winner must decide the loser's fate. Die or live. Now, at the end of every fight, you get to choose, assuming you win, whether your opponent's gladiators are killed or not. You can make your own decisions. There's nothing to stop you killing every single one of them, or letting every single one of them leave alive, assuming they weren't killed during the fight. But there is a mechanic going on in the background that you need to get up, and that's called favour. And at the end of every fight, the crowd will judge whether they want... Yeah, stop yawning, I'm explaining. Yes, the crowd will tell you what they want. Do they want the losers to be left alive or killed off? And as you'll see in the next fight when we get there, there will be a bar to tell you how the vote's going regarding the crowd. However, in this one, you can actually see what there is. And in this one, they've all got the thumbs down, so we want them to die. And that is what we're going to do. As you can see there, because we did what the crowd wanted, we got an extra bonus by favour. If we went against the crowd, you either get none or you lose favour. And of course, because we did win, both the gladiators do get an experience there, so they will be levelling up with enough experience. And looking at the kill count, it looks like Beauregard killed one of them during the fight, and the other one was killed at the end in what I can only guess is an execution style. But there is... Okay, and we're now back at the Blackthorn Arena itself. And what you get after every fight is right there at in the middle of the screen. There is the summary. So it tells you how things played out. So our gladiators come back at normal, so there's nothing changed regarding their health. None of them have picked up any new traits or any new injuries. We managed to gain 30 favour for winning, and we got a prize of 10 silver. And we didn't put a bet on because that was just baby's first fight, so we of course didn't win anything. And of course we didn't get any trophies. But Abu, and I've got to say, I was a little disappointed that he wasn't a little brown monkey, but that's just, if that was the case, I would have called my character Aladdin. So, let's see what Abu has to say. Well done, mistress, I was right. You are worthy heir to the glory of your house. But this is only the beginning. To restore the reputation that your family once enjoyed, you still have much work to do. The sad truth is, the large arenas still refuse to allow gladiators from the Blackthorn Arena to compete in their games. That ruling is the legacy of your father's shameful deeds. You will need to prove your honour and worthiness first in the smaller arenas. Right now, establish your influence is your most urgent priority. Oh, and making money. That's important as well. You can't learn Arena without it. Okay, so now we have a choice of questions to ask. So, how do I improve my influence? With every win, your influence increases in the eyes of your fellow masters. The stronger your adversaries, the more impressive the victory. Also, and this is important, when you defeat your opponent and about to decide whether they should live or die, you must read the mood of the spectators to the audience. Comply with their desires, give them what they want, and they will love you forevermore. Okay, and how do I make money? For now, only through games. Every game has its prize. Sometimes the victors are awarded trophies. You can always sell the ones you don't need at the market. And I own an arena. Why don't I just hold games in my own arena? It won't work, mistress. The masters of the free lands refuse to allow Blackthorn Arena to host games. Again, this is a result of your father's actions. Even if you don't have to comply their orders under your new identity, I doubt right now that anyone would attend a game at Blackthorn. As I suggested, establish your reputation must be your primary concern. Alright, that's all I want to know. One more thing, mistress. There's always one more, isn't there? They can never just get it out there and then say they're done. There's always another one. I suggest you go to one of the markets to buy some new slaves. Your gladiators will get injured in the match. And while they are recovering, you need to have other gladiators available. And it's better to buy some new weapons and armour for your gladiators. Okay, now, be gone! I will summon you when I need you. Aye, mistress. Okay, and there we have it. We are now free to do what we want. But the first thing we'll do, we're going to have a little tour of the Blackthorn Arena itself. So this is the entrance screen, if you will. We will start at the bottom here and we'll go to the gladiator cells. You do move around by clicking on the tabs at the bottom, although there are other ways that hopefully will be coming available down the line. But we've got the gladiator cells here, so as it is, this is where you sort out security. So you can see there in the top left hand corner we have one guard at the moment, and the risk of any of the gladiators escaping is 0 because the gladiators can stop the guard can stop 100% of the escape at the moment, and we are currently paying 1 silver per turn. Next, the training ground. Now the training ground is where you train. There is a drill master you can have, and we'll get into that in a bit, but we've got the training ground, we've got the main hall where they will eat, and this is the room where it helps with their recovery and their mood. Then we've got the treatment room, so when they get injured we can go there and heal up, although you can only have 1 gladiator per bed that's available, so at the moment you can only heal 2 gladiators at a time. Then we have the torture chamber, and that doesn't really get used as often as I'd like, really, but it's there so we can use. And we have the smithy, so we can create our own weapons and armour. But I'll explain each of these rooms in a bit more detail later on. Now, these are just background screenshots. These are actual rooms you can go between, and there is an actual layout. So if we just go into first person mode, there we go. Now, unfortunately, you can't really do anything in first-person mode apart from open doors. But there is a door here that we can't open, and I am hoping that in the full game that door is accessible and there is something behind it. But for now, we can just come back down here, and as you can see, here is our training room. So we've got the training dummies over here. We've got the training arena that you can send your gladiators into to train fighting. And if we come back out and go straight across, we've got the armory. Now, the armory, as far as I know, is empty now and will always be empty no matter how much stuff you get. Again, hopefully this will change and you can start to see the weapons and armor that you buy appearing in here. That would make it look really nice, I think. But we move on. That is just the second door to the training room. And if we carry on, we have our blacksmith. So you can see there the fire and the door around here leads into nothing. But again, hopefully that will be where all your blacksmiths, so any metals and wood, will hopefully appear in here. Then if we come along and up these stairs, we have the main hall where they eat, and round this way we have the med bay. So yeah, the gladiator will come into here, and then that's where the cook will be, and there is, I believe, yep, right across here, just to add to the torture. We've got the torture room here that's got a nice blood streak on the floor, and somebody here that's naked, but I don't know who that is. So yeah, they're there anyway. But you've got another room here, so with a skeleton in it. I'm guessing the previous owners put somebody in here and forgot about them. But they did leave them a bucket to use, I guess. But yeah, we'll just quickly carry on. So we've got the back of the bar here and the kitchen itself, where you can get some to prepare food. Rats that move, that hover. Okay, that's actually quite... Okay, that's a bit weird that they're hovering, but okay, never mind, we'll just ignore them. But yeah, we've got the pantry here that is empty at the moment. Again, it doesn't change, but hopefully again, in updates and that will fill up depending on how your food is doing. And then we have the gladiator cells, and yes, you can see your gladiators in there. So we've got one here, but we cannot interact with them at the moment. Hopefully, again, in time we can. And there is a total of 16 cells, meaning you can have a maximum of 16 gladiators. But that is all of it for now, but there is our one and only guard. So we've got a few more cells down here, and this door leads into the medbay again. So that is the Blackthorn Arena. Hopefully, yeah, nothing actually changes in it, really. No matter what you do, I've never noticed any changes. And you can't interact or do anything with anything that's in here. So it's a nice walk around, but once you've done it, there's nothing else to do with it. So there's a lot of potential here, meaning, you know, talk to your gladiators, you know, build a rapport with them, and, you know, earn their respect and trust. Even, you know, have some sort of quest system with them where they can eventually buy their freedom or stay because they want to stay. You know, come in and do some work in the blacksmith yourself, or if you're so inclined. Walk up the stairs, or run. Do some cooking, so you can create foods for the gladiators, or even do a bit of torture. Come in and torture some of them for whatever reason. Information, pleasure. Yeah. But let's now move on to the actual game itself. So, what do we do now? First things first, let's get to the training, and we will put our 2 gladiators, so Ariana and Beauregard, they can both come and train. Now, they've not appeared there straight away because they've got to leave their cells, run down here before they start training, and you can actually watch them train, although nothing actually will happen.
They will feel my fury.
They'll start training now, and you can see what it says Drill Master. As it is, there is no Drill Master. We only have 2 gladiators, so we're going to have to go and get a Drill Master. The Drill Master, depending on their level, will increase the experience they get per turn. Now, at the moment with no Drill Master, these gladiators that are training will gain 100 XP per turn. They have a 15% chance of getting injured, and their tire rate will go down by 3% a turn. Although that does go up depending on other stats that you have, like in the main hall. So in the main hall you can hire a cook, so the cook can create and research different meals and recipes. We'll do a few anyway, and you'll see. But at the moment we can only give them, what's that, let's have a look. Oh, we can't do anything at the moment because you haven't got a cook, right. But we can only give them water and bread, I think that is. So on their own, unless they're in the treatment room, they will recover 1% health and 1% morale per day, and that's costing us 20 bronze a day, or a turn. 1 day is equal to 1 turn. Then we've got the treatment room again, so anybody in here will get 10% health per turn, and we can research different medical potions and advancements to get that up, or give our gladiators some bonuses. Torture chamber, that's simply if you want to torture anyone, and the smithy, we can do research and then try and create any weapons or armour. But he did mention one thing. We only had 2 gladiators. We can't really go fighting. So what we need to do really is on our first turn, we're going to head to the market. Now there are 3 parts to the market. The forest black, the thieves and the pirate. It doesn't matter which one you go to. It will take 1 turn. You can go to all 3 on the same turn. You can visit each one of them countless times on the same turn, and it will only be 1 turn. It doesn't cost a second or 3rd turn to go from one to the other, and each of them have slaves to purchase, weapons, armour and trinkets. So we're going to start in the Forest Black Market and see what they have available for us. Okay, so we're here now, and we come straight into the slave section of this. So as you can see here on the left side, this is a list of all the slaves that are currently available here to purchase and how much they all cost. So we're going to have a quick look through them and see, do they have any decent skills or anything that catches my eye, that why we'd want them. So we can see there at the top there, attributes, but it's pretty decent I guess. High willpower, I've got to say, that's especially early game, anything with a 10 is pretty good. Now the tooltips do kind of bug out a little bit on this at the moment. That is okay there. So the willpower, each point of willpower increases 1 stamina point, 0.2 stamina restore, and 1 relation. I don't know what that last bit is, but sounds good. Things got obviously precision, so your accuracy, endurance is health, strength is strength, agility is how quick you can attack and how good you can dodge, and intelligence, it helps reduce the cooldown on their abilities. But this is the one that I look at mainly. Weapon mastery. This is the type of weaponry they're more proficient at. And so Yule here is great with one-handed weapons and shields. And that is a nice combination, because that way we can set her up and not have to worry about changing her about. She will be there. So, one-handed, each level of this mastery increases one-handed weapon damage by 1%, and should each level of this mastery increases shield weapon damage by 1%. Yes, shields are actually classed as a weapon, not armour. Now, that will come in handy in a bit, so knowing that, but for now, you know, that's that. Abilities. She's a level 2 leader, so that actually gives her a 5% reduction to teammates' loss of control. So what can happen is, as you're fighting, their morale can drop and they'll break. And if they break, they'll just run and won't fight until they recover. And that can obviously cause issues during a prolonged fight. With her having the leadership ability, if she's put in the leader role, that actually reduces the chance of that happening by 5%. So that is pretty good. And the genre, she is a gladiator and a commander. Now, I believe these are the ones, yeah, these are bugs here because they're not showing up. But you know, it's increased gladiators experience gain per day in training. So that's telling you that if they had the drill master ability. So unfortunately, yeah. But she's a quick learner, she's a lizard slayer, she's got a kind face, but she is impulsive. So, and then we've got a bit of story about her history. So I actually do like her actually, especially with the one-hand shield and leadership. So yeah, we'll have you. There we go. Next, Brown. So two-handed and polearmed, leadership and cook. Okay, you're a rogue and a marksman. That is just a bad mix. Ouch. Okay, so I'm not too impressed with that. Kendrick. One-handed shield, leadership, smith. That's okay. Commander's good, but ranger? You're no good with ranged weapons, so why are you ranger? Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on you because of the smith, mainly. So level 2 smith. That's not too bad. Never mind, we're not getting you. We have Berkeley here, a level 1 male elf. He has a smith level 3, and at this stage of the game, level 3 is the highest you're going to get. So, you are not going to be a fighter, mainly. You might need you later on for a bit, but your main duty is going to be as a smith. So, we'll have you. Great on, let's have a look. You're level 3 smith as well. As well as dual weapons and polearms, a gladiator and a duelist, so they are, all 4 of them are pretty good. We can decide which way you want to go with you, and you've got Lightfoot, Loyal, Mythological Killer and Quick Learner. All your traits are good, you don't have any debuffs, so you know what, I'll have you as well. Now I'm going to skip Norma for a minute and have a look at Solstice. Let's have a look. So you're one-handed. Again, another level 3 smith. We've had a decent rollout here. strong grip, that's a new one. Stamina cost reduced by 5% when blocking with a shield. Okay. Massive save on this character grows 25% fast because of their beauty. Okay. Quick learner, but you are impulsive. Okay, that's not a you're pretty decent as well. You're one-handed and you've got an open spot for weapon mastery. Now they can have more than 2, but you don't really want them having more than 2. But one-handed rogue, now that is interesting. Yeah, we'll have you. That's it. Now the reason I skipped Norma and I would have skipped Claudette if there was more after her is because as you can see they are caged. Now if you look at them you won't actually see coach level 3. Okay, you piqued my interest. Yeah, you'll see that there's nothing there to say, you know, anything different about them. However, these ones you can't actually use straight away. These are the ones that need to go into your torture room. You can't put them in until you've got someone who can do torture. So these are basically, these will go into a cell and be left there, basically, until you can break them. They refuse to fight or work for you. But I do like the fact that you're a level 3 coach, so I'm prepared to wait. Let's have a look at Claude here a minute. You have your level 3 medical. Right, we'll use both then. So, yeah. And, yeah, there we go. So we've got a fair few workers there. Right. We've spent a fair bit, but let's have a look at the weapon American. So as I say there, you can see the shield is... It's classed as a weapon, but of course it's a defensive weapon. But let's have a look. So it's got, this one has a block rate of 20% and an angle of 140. Okay, the lever is 25 and 150. Round is 25. Right, so we do, as you in any sort of RPG fantasy sort of game, the colouring depicts the rarity. And obviously with weapons and armour, the more rare, the more expensive, and the more bonuses they will give. So the leather shield here is 2 silver, got a decent block and block range, but that's it, that's all it gives you. Whereas if I go down to the round shield here, you get a block rate of 20%, so it's not as good, and the block angle isn't as good, but it gives the gladiator holding it +1 strength. If we go to the other round shield here, this one actually has 25% block rate, what I believe, yeah, the leather shield did, but its block angle isn't quite as good, but it gives you 2 strength, and that is 60 silver. So yeah, it's weighing up what you want and what it gives you. So the gladiator sword here, 8 to 12 damage, +1 strength and +5 to move speed, and for 10 silver, I'm not going to say no to that, so we will buy that one. The axe is always a good choice of weapon, because it always has a higher damage range, and it is classed as a one-handed weapon. Let's have a look what else. Got 200 axe, a great sword, no. Spears. No, so we've got that. And we know we've got at least one person that's sword and shield, well, one-handed and shield. So, you know, I'm going to splash a little bit. I'm going to get the really good shield there, 60. Armour. So we will have armour slots and everything, and as you can see there, that one is 1 gold. So it's 20% resistant to sharp, blunt and stab attack, but it gives your Gladiator a +3 intelligence, +3 willpower, and a +5% tendency. And because it is part of a set, you will get bonuses if the Gladiator is wearing more items of that set. But for 1 gold, when we've only got 3, that is very, very expensive at this moment in time. So we'll just leave that for now, and we will have a look what else there is. At the moment, I don't really see much here. So let's just go to the final one here. And you've got a fair bit of high rarity. So intelligence and stamina, bit of resistance and some agility. That's just resistance. Cloaks, yes. You will come up against creatures and enemies that have elemental attacks. Again, because it is a fantasy game. So all the cloaks do give you some resistance against the elements, as well as other bonuses. But again, these can be quite expensive for very little help. Yeah, not much really there. So I think we'll move on to the second market, the Thieves Guild, and see what they have for us. But while we're just switching over, can I just say how beautiful the artwork is in this game? Not only in the loading screens, but also the actual game as well. There's been a lot of time and attention put into all the artwork that I've noticed so far. Okay, so we are now in the second one, so we can have a look to see what sort of gladiators we've got here. Now, as you can see, some of these are more expensive than just the 20 silver. Now that's because the 20 silver one, so we'll have a look at Lindsay here, is a level 1, well, it doesn't matter what gender or race they are, they're a level 1. So you automatically know that if they're worth 20 silver, they're going to be a level 1. Now, she's a level 3 medic, what is good. So don't mind getting a level 1 if you've got a level 3 ability, if that's what you're going to be. Because the ones who have the abilities, you don't want them fighting in the arenas that much. But, as you can see, the one above, Pain, she is 70 silver, and that is because she is a level 6. So she's a higher level, and all of her masteries and genres have been leveled up. That's great for starting out, but it can also be a problem, especially if you get someone who's a higher level, who's like this one, the stats don't match up. Weapon mastery at two-handed level 6, but she's a duelist and a marksman. Well, they just don't match up with two-handed, unfortunately. But she's a level 2 torturer, and we need a torturer. But I'm not paying 70 silver for a torturer. Now let's just have a look at Robin. Nope, you don't have any abilities, so right. What about Shaw and Yeats? There we go. Shaw and level 1, but torture level 3, and that is what we need. So we'll buy you. Thank you. And what about you, Yeats? What are you? Ranged and dual weapons, you're a defender and a marksman. And you've got no abilities, not bothered about abilities, you just need a couple more fighters. What about Maria? Colt, couple of 3, that's okay, but no, it's not worth it. What about Kobe? You're only 90, there you go, level 8. So shield and range, berserker and marksman. You're a mixed bag. What about you, Car? Car, dual and pole arms, commander, defender, cook, for me. I guess dual weapons do match up, but you're only level 2 for a level 7 character. Never mind, let's see what this weapon merchant's got. Ooh, Flame Bird. Yeah, I can see it. Really decent, and it's got a 12% block rate. But again, 1 gold. But this is nice. A slim kite shield for 60 silver. So 10 hit points and 15 stamina for whichever gladiator is holding it. Plus a high block, range and angle. So you know what? Yeah, for 60 silver I think we'll have you. What else have we got down here? So I've got some bows and some knight sword. 1 strength and 1 endurance. And 10 silver. Yep, we'll take you. And anything else? No, can't see anything else here. What about the sword? You don't really give me much, do you? No. Okay, we'll check the armour. Oh, here we go. Got some nice, decent, cheap armour here. So, we've got 20 silver, 1 agility, 8% block, and plus 3% move. That's good. And it's 12% to each of the resistances. Whereas your block and tendency, you've got a higher resistance, but it's, do we want that extra agility and speed? You know what? Yeah, we do. I'd rather have that one. Okay, and actually, you know what? We'll get them both because we've got multiple gladiators in there. What about the helmet? That's 10 to stamina, and this one is, ooh, okay, 1, 3 and 3. You know what? That's 10, and that's, we'll get them both. Screw it, get them both. And anything else? We've got gloves, we've got skirts. Let's have a look. What's this skirt give them? Agility and accuracy. I don't know how a skirt increases your accuracy, but I am not going to question. We've got the stamina save on the gauntlet. That's not, and 5 silver. Yep, that's cheap. And then we've got some boots down here. There's only you. Nah, not really impressed with them. And let's just have a look. I don't think there's any cloaks in there. I mean, the champion's cloak, but 2 gold. That is ridiculously expensive. But it is ultra rare. So that's probably why, and it does give you some decent stat boosts. About the belt, oh yeah. I mean, that belt there is actually cheap for what it gives you. Plus 1 to every stat. Right, okay. Shame I haven't got enough, but that's it. And I don't think we're going to need anything. But while we're out, we might as well take a look at the next and final market. And again, I mean, I know that's on the front, but how much work has been put into that artwork. I just hope and keep my fingers crossed that the same amount of effort and care that's been put into these artworks is put into the final game, because this has so much potential. Okay, so here we are at the last one, and I know I've done a lot of gabbing and showing around, but with games like this, before you actually start, there is a lot of work to do to get prepared. But let's have a look. I'm not really interested in anyone who needs torture, but I'll still have a look. I mean, a level 9 with 2-handed, and you're 90 silver. That's level 10 gladiator. That's tempting. You are tempting me, Alden. Well, we'll come back to you. Alberta, not impressed at all. Although I don't think we've got anyone who is actually ranged, but never mind. Harlow, again. You've got good abilities, but we are fine for them. So we want people who can actually fight. Factus, again, not worth it. Lindsay, let's have a look. Two-handed level 7. Oh, cheaper actually, but you're a cult. Level 4 defender, right. Let's keep an eye on you, we'll come back to you in a minute. Edward. Nah. Not really. Shrewing, again, nothing really. And then Dunbar. Level 3 torturer, that's decent, but again, we've got a torturer. 200 shield, kind of. No, I think we shall have a look at Lindsay and Alvin and compare them. So you're both two-handed, you're 9 and you're 7. Dual weapons and shield, but you're two-handed, I'm not really going to be using anything else. Level 10 gladiator for range, 0 commander for defender. Oh, Lindsay, you're falling behind it. Let's have a look at your other one. So, strength and endurance are both 5, you're 6 and 5. Agility 5, precision 10. 5 and 7. Intelligence 10, willpower 5. 8 and 5. You're level 8, you're level 6. I know there's 2 levels in between you, so I'm trying to take that into account, because where we could put points, but okay. You know what? It's only 20 silver. Alden, come on over. We'll take you. There, we're done. Just quickly check here to see if we've got any sheep worth getting. Oh, the trident is a good weapon, but I can afford it. Oh, leather quiver. That's not too bad, I guess, but no, I'm not going to 5 silver at the moment. 60. Oh, the accuracy on that. Oh, that's good. That is nice. Right. That's pole arms. What's the battle stick? There's a staff, okay. This staff isn't too bad. Knight sword gives you 8 block rate, but it's only one-handed. I need something that's got 2 hands. Great sword is 2-handed, but again, you don't really have any bonuses. Yeah, warhammer, no. So no, you've got nothing at the moment. What about you? What have you got for me? Block, stamina. Okay. Oh, strength and accuracy at 5 silver. Yeah, we'll take that. And anything down here? Movement speed's not bad. Here we go. Oh, 62 silver. No, too expensive now. That's it, we're done. I don't think you're going to have anything we want. You have 10 silver. You're plus 1 endurance for 10 silver. Okay, we'll have 1 cape. There, we're done, and we will now head back to the Blackthorn Arena itself. And, again, as we see another really nice piece of artwork, we've now got one last little bit of work to do, because we need to get everybody into place, and then we can start fighting some more. Back, and as you may have seen then, that quick glimpse, a day has passed, or a turn, and you can keep track of everything you need at the top up here. So we've got our advisor, so if we just click on him, he will come up and you can help, ask him questions and find out. Okay, let's get to know him a bit better. Sure, Master, what do you want to know? Well, why do you pledge your loyalty to me? I owe your family my life, Master. Even though I am a slave, I know how to be grateful. Your family has always treated me generously. Besides, I can see your grandfather's shape on you. I know you will become a great arena owner and gladiator master. Oh, trying to put me up there. Okay, so let's go let's thingy, because there was a fair few things that we... If I give you freedom, what will you do? Free or not, I will stay here to help you restore your family's glory. So it makes no difference. I know nowhere else to go. I lived here since I was 12. Okay. So, okay, we've had enough chatting, let's get on. But the first thing that you may have spotted, top left hand corner where it says guard, it's now down to a 23% chance of stopping any escapes. So we are going to have to change that soon. We've also got our record book, so we can see everything we've done. So we've bought 8 slaves, we've only had the 1 match, and everything that's down. We need money obtained, recipes and whatnot, and how much money we've spent, and that's a lot of money considering we're not making any. Then we've got any upcoming events, but we don't have any at the moment, and then all of our expenditures and everything we need there. So let's get our gladiators set up, and we'll start in the treatment room. So we don't have anyone in the treatment room. I thought we bought someone with medical. Okay, that's not good. Never mind. We'll sort that out later on. Hopefully we won't get anyone too badly injured. So, torture chamber then. That's the next one. I thought we had a level 3. So you can come in here, and then if we just click in the gladiator list, we can see the 2 breeds that we've got that we need to break before we do anything. So, let's bring them over to here. I'm not sure how many you can... No, you can only break 1 at a time, okay? So we're breaking Alden first. And then once he's broke, we'll take Claudia and then Norma. They should be a bit quicker because they're only level 1s. But, did they have anything specific? Yes, Claudia. Claudia was the medical one. Right, okay. That's fine, and Norma was the coach, so we won't have a coach at the moment. That's okay. So Smithy, we've got a fair choice here actually, but I can't remember who it was we picked specifically. Let's have a look. So we'll just go along here. Graydon was Jewel and Polearms. Okay. Solstice was one-handed. No, you will get definitely fighting. And where was the other one? Berkeley. Polearms. Yeah, it was Graydon we got for you here. So let's put Graydon in the smithy. Then we'll go to the main hall and we'll give them a cook again. But no, who's the cook? Did I overlook a cook? I did. I overlooked the cook. Okay, well, you know what? It doesn't really matter. So, who's thingy? For now, Berkeley, you can be the cook. Now, in the rooms, they will gain experience in that area. So, every turn, he will gain some points towards becoming a level 1 cook, and so on. But unfortunately, that does come with consequences having someone at such a low level. Now, training, do we have anyone? No, nobody can be a drill master. Yeah, that's fine. But we've got 4, so Ariana, Beauregard, Yule and Solstice. There we go, those are 4 fighters at the moment. So we've got a one-handed, a one-handed and shield, a one-handed and a dual. Okay, well, not really a good variety there, but never mind. That'll do. So that is now all the gladiators set up in their rooms. First thing we're going to do is get them working. So, research. I want you to research a diet option so we can try improving health and morale. Treatment room, we've got no one in there yet. Torture room you can't do anything with, and the smithy, I want you to research some armour. Now, last thing is to find a fight. So if we go to the world map, it does look quite busy, but don't panic because there is very little actually on here at the moment. So you'll see the blue and green bubbles. They will tell you what sort of event is going on at that arena. Now, the ones where it's got the swords crossed, meaning that event has started, so you cannot join. If there's no swords underneath the bubble, then you can join, depending on your rating. The arenas that don't have a bubble, above them are challenges you can do. Because there is no actual contest, there will be a challenge. So the one I've clicked on here, there are 4 opponents. And it does recommend level 11 gladiators. But as you can see, the 4 you'll be coming up against is a 12, a 12, an 11 and a 10. So of course the game then gets it all, picks an average and then tells you what the average difficulty is. So you really want to be looking at that, and if possible making sure all your gladiators are higher than it. And then it just tells you a bit more information. So you'll get 50 favour if you win and 55 silver. You'll also get veteran light gauntlets and veteran heavy leg armour if you should win. But unfortunately you don't have the gladiators to compete in them at the moment. Now you can see here the bubbles have different symbols on them to indicate what is in them, and as there's only 2 available at the moment, we will just look at them 2. So we've got the crown, what is for the throne challenge. Now I'm not sure if I overlooked it or if I'm not sure if... So the one with the crown is the throne challenge, and I'm not sure if I just overlooked it during the tutorial or it wasn't in there, but I'm not actually sure what the throne challenge is actually. I'm not sure what the throne challenge actually is, because if you click on it, it just looks like it's a tournament to me. But this one is actually quite a good one to go into, because you're getting a decent dagger and a double axe out of it, but it's a level 1. You can only send 1 gladiator in, and there's 6 teams in it, and you don't really get much out of it, but it's only level 1, so that's a decent one to start off with, so we'll look at it in a minute. The other one is an exhibition, so that is, again, it's a level 1, it'll be a 3-on-3 fight, and yeah, you get some timber for it, and I don't really need timber at the moment. So I think for our first fight we'll go for the throne challenge. So we'll click enroll, and it will automatically give you your highest leveled gladiators, but you can always change it with a quick right click and then open the list, and you can pick whoever you wish. But yes, I'm going to stick with Beauregard for this, because this should be easy for her. And then if we just left click on, we can do some interesting things with her. So it brings up all of her stats. So on the right it's all her attributes, weapons and abilities, and then it gives you all the information any geek or nerd could dream of. There is so much to go through there, but don't worry, I'll leave that for you. I'm not going to go through that yet. Then you've got her traits and her personal record. On the left you've got your equipment screen, so any equipment that you have is there. You can give that equipment to your gladiator, but be careful, because if they were to escape, the equipment they have on them goes with them. You've got their skills, and I'll get into this later, a bit later on, because this is mainly for when they're leveling up. And you've got tactics. tactics. So this is where you can set their tactics before the fight. This is like, you know, your pep talk telling them what to do. So yeah, engage style. Again, if you just quickly go through, it will tell you what each one does. So I'm just going to keep it the way it is at the minute, but I want you to be aggressive and I want you to be inconsistent. Okay, so that's fine there. Let's go back to the equipment and let's make you stronger, shall we? You can see at the bottom as well where it says bear load. That is how much they can hold and wear. Now everything has weight, and you can give them more weight than they can carry within reason. They have 2 carry limits. The lower bear load, so if you match it or are below it, what is represented by that yellow line, then there'll be no penalties. Your gladiator stat will be at 100% of what they should be. If you were to go over it, then you start getting penalties. And I'll give an example in a moment, and in fact there's a good chance of me sending her out with them penalties anyway. But then there is the max limit, and if you hit that, then the gladiator can't fight. It's just too much weight for them to fight him. But let's have a look first. So she is a one-handed, so let's find a decent one-handed weapon for her. Now we've got the knight sword, what is 10 to 14. We've got the axe, that's 9 to 16. And we've got the gladiator sword, that's 8 to 12. But these bonuses. So the knight sword is 10 to 14, 1 strength, 1 endurance. Gladiator sword is 8 to 12, 1 strength and 5. No, I think we'll go with the knight sword. So you can have the knight sword there. You don't really use shield, so you wouldn't get any help really from the shield. But let's just have a look at the 2 pieces of armour. So block rate and tendency, agility, block rate, move speed. So yeah, you can wear that one, and yes, you can see that it does change their actual image to show what they're actually wearing. And then a helmet. Yeah, we'll go with the senior helmet. And that on there. There you go. You're looking better already. And you might as well put the cape on for the endurance because we want to keep you alive. And then stamina, save, or strength and accuracy. I think we'll go strength and accuracy. So there we go. And as you can see there, her bear load went up as well as the actual weight she's carrying because her strength has gone up, and she actually looks pretty mean if I do say so. And can you have this shield? No. Well, you can do, but as you can see there, it's now gone over her bear load, and that gives her a minus 2% to her stats. So again, she gets bonuses for having the shield, because the shield gives her the bonus, but because she's over the bear load, some of that is negated. But you know what, I think I'm going to send her out like that. I think she looks mean, and a level 1 competition shouldn't be any problem for her. So, I'll see you at the arena. Okay, and here we are. So this one is more of a gauntlet by the looks of this. So we'll start our first one against Master Leland and his gladiator, which is a level 1. The winner will then go down to Mistress Sabrina, then to Chester, then so on and so forth, and either sorry, keep jumping up there, Master Pace or whoever his opponent is will be the winner. You are put in a semi-random position as far as I'm aware. You could end up being the last one, or as I am, the first. Now, depending on your gladiator and who you're against, depending where you want to be. In this case, I'm glad to be first because looking at the opponents, a level 1, a level 5, a level 1, level 1, and a level 1, it's only that her that's going to be any sort of issue, but at level 9 shouldn't be a problem. So, next, do you want to put on a bet? You can bet in all fights. You can bet for yourself or your opponent. So, if you're going into a competition and all your best gladiators are injured, so you want to send in, say, one of your level 1s, but you still want to make some money out of it, because you don't take any money away if you don't win. You can still take money away in bets, so you could technically bet on your opponent to beat your gladiator. But, Beauregard, I have faith. So 1,000 bronze that you're going to win. And at odds of 5 to 1, it's not exactly a lot, but it's better than a kick in the ghoulies. So, let's get into the fight, shall we? So we get a quick swoop of the arena, and there are the traps there swinging away. And here is our opponent, showing off there, and here comes Beauregard, this showing that she's the true gladiator here. So, straight in there, and the fight is on, and as you can see there at the top, their health and stamina, both of them, and any ability to activate it. And Beauregard stupidly stood in the way of that lane, but thankfully she just about won that one actually. That was closer. So now you'll see here, even though you can't hear and look around at the crowd to see what they are indicating, try and work it out there, they'll show you on the bar at the bottom. Now this one, they slightly want you to kill them. So, you know what, let's do what they ask. We only gain 1 favour, but that's 1 favour more than we had previously. So she does a celebratedly win, but she was wounded in that fight. So that's going to affect her in the rest. So he's dead now, and we move on to the next one. What is the level 5? As you can see, our odds have now dropped to 1.8, but we should still win. There shouldn't be any issue here. Her health is down to 44%, and unfortunately there's nothing you can do to heal. She has to go into this fight now, we're in there. There's no backing out. So, Beauregard, come on girl, show us what you've got. 1,000 gold, sheesh, I wish I had that much. 1,000 bronze for you to win. So there we go, she enters first, and hopefully, even though her health bar will be full, you'll see that her max health will actually be less. And our opponent there, so yeah, 158. There we go, she's just pushing her back onto that site, so that's helped a lot, and that was quick and easy, and the crowd were not happy with that performance. So, sorry, you're going to be killed as well. So, there we go, she celebrates another victory. And yet, she's still got a wound on her. We don't know what that wound is, but she's got it. And a bit more experience there. This is why it was good that we were first, because she's getting experience for every single fight. And another 1,000 bronze. So yeah, you're a level 1. He's got no armor on him and just a sword, but Whoa, that was a tick and a half there, Beauregard. That is nice. But watch out for that blade. Yeah, yeah. She's taking more damage from the arena traps than anything else. That is gonna cost. That's why I don't like this arena. Because you end up having your gladiators take more damage from the swinging blades than from anything else. Come on, one hit and he's down. Thank you. But you can see that they were happy with that fight. They thought he did really well and want him to live. So we'll let him live because that's another full favour. But Beauregard has taken some serious damage during this tournament and she's now disabled. I don't know what that means. That's the first time I have seen that. Right, okay, let's see what happens now. Yeah, she can't fight, I'm out. So, because I'm out, I'm not putting a bet on at all. So we're not actually going to win this tournament. So, yeah, let's just go start. You cannot start the match with no gladiator available. Yeah, you can't put in because she's disabled. I think that means, yeah, health hit 0. We'll have to quit. There we go. You sure you want to quit at the middle? You'll receive no prize or trophy if you do. Yeah, because we can't go on. So as we get back now, we can see her. So disabled. So we'll have a look at it in a moment. We didn't get any favour or prize because we quit partway through. However, we did spend 3,000 bronze on bet and we came away 4,698 bronze. So we did make a small profit from the bets. So you got injured while training and the relationship between Ariana and Solstice improved. Okay, so they have now become friends, what means if you put them in a fight together, there will be a bonus for them both. But, let's have a look. Shaw and Claudette have been getting into a bit of a conflict. So what do we want to do? You know what? You can both be punished because I don't need conflicts. Not at the moment. Right, let's have a look at Beauregard. Your hair. It's not giving me anything here, so let's just go out and go to the treatment room. Yeah, we'll put you in and we'll put Beauregard in and see if we can do anything. Maybe disabled doesn't mean they can't fight, maybe it's just a serious injury that's going to keep them out. We will see, but we do need someone in here, otherwise they're not going to heal up because the cure speed is 0. And torches up there. So treatment room, we're going to have to just put someone in. So for now we'll put Solstice in because you're friends with you. No, you're not. Never mind. Ariana can go in. Get it. You can go in. And right now we need to. Still no cure speed, but she will be gaining experience. So hopefully it won't take long to get a cure speed up. And while you're in here, you can do some research on medicine. 10 turns it's going to take you to do that. Okay. How are we doing this, Mickey? 3 more. And main hall, you've got 8 more. We've got no one who can do training now. You're the only one we've got left fighting. Well, that was a bit of a bad turn, I think. But let's see what else there is. So we've got another tournament up here. However, we cannot enter this throne challenge because the arena, as you can see there, bids our gladiators to enter. So, what else have we got? We've got an animal one. So the one with the wolf is you'll be fighting an animal. So level 8 it recommends, and it's giving you 3 gladiators. So that's not too shabby, but a level 8 gladiator, level 8 crocodile can be dangerous. So we've got crocodile tails and lizard skin and some timber as a reward. Okay, we'll have a look because, yeah, there is nothing else, there's only challenges. So, let's see if we've got 3 gladiators we can put in. No, we've got 2. So, let's just have a look. So we've got Yule and Solstice. Got nobody else. We could, but they're all level 1, so that's no good. Right,
take them out.
In that case, we will just skip this turn. So we'll end it and go on to the next one. So I got another conflict. Okay, Tio, Shaw and Yule. Punch them both. Right, there. So what have we got today? Let's have a look, because every day it changes. That one's still there. Right, we've got an exhibition down here. A level 1 1-on-1 fight. Okay, that's not too bad, although it is in the arena I don't like. And another level 8 crocodile, but this time only 2 gladiators. Okay. No, I think we'll go with the 1-on-1 fight, I think. And let's have a look who can fight. We could have put Ariana in, but she is currently trying to learn medicine. So we're going to have to put a level 1 into Solstice. In you go. Let's get you some experience. But before we do, let's give you some armour and a helmet, and already you're up to full weight. So, you're one-handed. You can have, let's see, you can have the gladiator, so it can give you 1 strength. So that should hopefully not quite give you enough to carry everything, but, no, we're not going to give you that. You can go in with a sword and a vest and a helmet on, and I've got to say that's a lovely beard you've got on you. So we're here, and there is something I wasn't expecting. I must have missed it, that there was 3 of them, but never mind. So we've got a level 1 there and a level 1, so they're both level 1. But you know what, Solstice, I have faith, so I'm going to put on 1,000 bronze again because we need money. So don't let me down. So he takes out his sword and gives it a little wiggle to show he has no idea what he's doing. And she holds her sword up and shows that she knows that's no idea what she's doing. And straight away again, from now just straight through the poison. How much poison there? But then walks into a giant axe. Yeah, the UI, doesn't really seem to understand certain aspects, but he managed to get the win before being knocked down himself. But thankfully that was after the fight, so that won't actually count. We'll kill her off and get 5 things. We might as well get something out of it. But yeah, it would be nice if the intelligence, and he's wounded, yep, that's just great. But it would be nice if their intelligence would go towards avoiding traps. I find that they ignore the traps completely. They just wander around anywhere, and I've seen an archer stood right underneath one of these blades that are swinging back and to. And it was a level 8, I believe, against one of my level 3s, because the other gladiator got bumped off. And my level 3 won because the archer got killed by the axe because it just stood there. So Yeah, I don't like this arena for that reason. I mean, some of the other traps, again, you can accept it in the other arenas. In this one, it just seems a bit too much relying on luck. Look at Beauregard in the last one. She should have easily walked all them, but because it didn't pick up on the traps, yeah, never mind. Okay, so it was just the one fight. I'm unsure what that other person was for. Unless you could have picked who you fought, but never mind, we got 10 favour and 6 silver. Plus, we got an extra 899 bronze. So that's not too shabby. And we did get a bit of timber and a bit of leather. But should hopefully come in better later on. Alden has been tamed and ready to be dispatched. That is good to know because you're a decent fighter. Right. So we'll go training and get you into some training. Where are you there? So yeah, you're 200 in shield, so that's fine. Okay, and that means then we can go to the torture room and we can put another one in there. So let's have a look. You're the medic, so we need you. You're the coach, so yeah. Claudette can go. Oh, missed. Claudette can go in there. Okay, and that's going to take 4 turns to do. And then once Norma has been broken, Shaw can then come out and do some training because we don't need you in here doing nothing at this moment in time. Right, Smithy, yep, one more turn. Treatment room. Yeah. Beauregard's up to 22% health now, so she is recovering, thankfully. Should hopefully mean she will be able to fight again. So yeah, I'm going to take disabled. It doesn't actually mean they are disabled and they can no longer fight. I'm guessing it's a case of fine, slightly wounded, severely wounded, disabled, and then dead. I'm guessing that's the different levels that we can be. So yeah, thankfully Beauregard will be back for revenge. Yule should be back tomorrow. That's okay. You've still got a fair bit of time. You've got that, and as I say, we still don't have anyone for that. Right, so here we go again. Next, what have we got? Right, so we've got a few different selections here. We've got a tournament, and so let's have a look at this tournament. So another level 1. Only 1 gladiator can enter, and there are 4 teams. So that's, yeah, so 2 fights, I'm guessing then. There's 3 days left before it activates, so we don't have to rush into it now. So we might come back to that one. Let's have a look at the other tournament. Can't enter that one, but again, it's level 3s, and it's 2 of them we can send in. So maybe if we win and get a bit more reputation, then we can enter that one. So we do have a tag fight now. Okay, we can't enter that, but a tag fight doesn't mean what it sounds like. You cannot tag out and in. It's a one-on-one fight, and then once one of them's been beaten, another member of that team comes in and fights the gladiator who won, and like that until there's only 1 team left. It's more of an elimination than tag, so I would probably change that to, you know, elimination fight, but that's just me. And then we've got an exhibition down here. It's a 3-on-3 and level 3. Yeah, so we'll do this one today, and then on the next turn we'll do the other one. So here we go. Let's just take these out a moment, and then we can see who we want. So let's go. So Alden is definitely going in because you're a level 8. You can go there because you don't have leadership. Ariana is in Medbay. No, you can't because you're doing something. Solstice is injured, so he's not. Oh, okay, we've only got the one. You're 95, yeah, you can go in. Fine, and we need one more. What Solstice? Zone 44, no, I'm not going to risk you. Might have to take Ariana out. Yeah, Ariana, we'll go back to you in a minute, so we will have to just come out quickly. Go to the treatment room. Ah, you're researching, I can't. No, they're all working, aren't they? Yep, that's the problem I've got now. They're all doing something. So, you know what? We're going to have to try something. Can we go in with just 2? So, exhibition. Enroll. So, only level 3s. So, you can go as the leader because you've got the leadership skill and I want you to keep improving on that. Alden, it's going to be down to you. Now, both of you don't have anything, but you need a nice 2-handed weapon. So, you haven't got any 2-handed weapons apart from the dull great sword. Okay, well, still pretty decent. And you can have the gloves or the gauntlets. And that's all we've got for you at the moment. But we might be able to get you some more. Just wait. What about you? Let's have a look. One hand and shield. Well, we've got a shield for you, and we've got an axe. Yeah, axe because it's 9 to 16, and that still classes as a one-handed weapon. And round shield, 2 strength, or just a round shield. Yeah, give you that one. Gives you extra 2 strength. Now, let's just quickly come out of that a minute. And we'll go and look at Beauregard because you will not be fighting for a while. So, I'm sorry, but I'm taking everything off. You are not having anything on you at this moment in time. But you'll get all your stuff back when you're healed. Right, so Alden, you don't need the shield because you're 2-handed, but you can have the cloak to get your endurance up. Okay, and anything else? Let's see, what about... Nope. Okay, so helmets. Yeah, we'll give you the helmet, there we go. That looks a bit more dwarven. And then you can have the other stuff. So you can have the chest armor and the wrist armor. And now, which shield? Do we go for the strength or the hit points? That's the question. But it's hit point and stamina. You know what? It's got a better block rate and block angle. And it gives you an automatic health bonus. So there we go. You can have that shield. Right, I believe that is them ready to go, or at least as ready. So we will go. Now you'll see we now have 2 options, dispatch or start. Dispatch, basically, they go off, they do the fight, and then you get the result later on. So if you want them to play it quick and just get through things, that's one way to do it, but you can't put bets on, you don't really do anything, it's just a quick, yeah, this is the result. But you've got start where you is the one that we've been doing where we go and watch. So let's carry on. Warning! You sure you want to join the match without enough gladiators? Yes. Okay, so we're here now, and again it's put another one there, and I think that might have just glitched, to be honest. I think it's exactly the same. and I'm not sure why it's there, but it is. But yeah, we've come in and we are straight at a disadvantage because it's 3 on 2. But we're against a level 1, and a level 9. Great, I should have checked that. But we've got a level 1 and a level 8. So this is going to be difficult. But I'm not going to put a bet on because I don't know which way this is going to go. Both of us could team up on the level 9 and take them out quick. What would leave the 2 level 1s, easy pickings. Or you could go after the level 9 and get slaughtered while Aiden goes after the 2 level 1s and then is weak against the level 9. Or any number of combinations. But let's see, shall we? And again, a lovely swoop in there into the arena. Again, more beautiful assets, and this game, it looks really nice with what they have done. And as you saw, only 2/3 of the way through it, so there's so much potential left. And I'm hoping the level 9 is the archer. Because if it is, that gives us a bit more help. Yes, it does. So, if we can get one of the nope. Never mind. Fuel on our own. So, yeah. I thought that was going to happen, but never mind. We still gained some experience. And we weren't killed, so I'll call that a win. Okay, it wasn't quite as easy as I thought. Alden has got nerve damage now, so we need to sort that out. But let's have a look. So our smith has developed a new recipe. So you have created a junior medium chest armor, what gives 1 endurance. Okay, it's not too bad, I guess. It depends what we need to make it. And a merchant has turned up and offering to sell us leather and iron. Well, I'll take the leather because we'll probably need that to make the armor that we've just learnt. So yeah, when the merchant turns up, though, you can only buy one thing. Everything's cheaper from the merchant than it is if you go to market to get them. But yeah, you can only get one, and sometimes they might turn up with 4 or 5 different items that you want. Right, treatment room. How is everybody doing? Yeah, 95, 33 still. How are you doing? Yeah, 3 out of 10. Right, so you finished and you could actually fight now. Graydon, stop. Can't actually do anything there at the moment. Yep. Yeah, that's okay. Same as normal, but that's because there's no one in there to actually do the research. So, we've got you and you. Right. Let's have a look at this other tournament. Now again, yeah, there is more that have turned up. So we've got another throne challenge. It's got 3 days on it. 4 teams at level 4 with 4 members. So we do need to get some gladiators back. So we can wait on that one. We've got a tournament up here. Level 1, team 1 and 4 teams again. 3 days on you. So we could do that one as well. So we've got the 2 there. What's this tournament here? That's the one we can't enter. But this was the other one. Yeah, this has got the 2 days and a level 1 with 4 team members in it. So let's try, because we've got 2 days. Oh, there's 4 teams. Why have we put Beauregard there? She can't fight. There's 2 injured. Oh, we could put Alden in again. He's level 8. I know he's got an issue with his nerves, but I don't know how that's going to affect him fighting. But you know what? We've got the experience and we need some wins, so get in there. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to say that Master Pace, I'm sure, is definitely a glitch or a bug, so we will ignore that. But we are fighting fighting our twin sister by the looks of this. Yep, so you are level 1, I'm level 8, there should be no issue. And what are you? You're level 1 and you're level 1. So, you know what, I'm going to go with the evil looking dude, Theodore. I'm not going to put much on because I don't want to lose too much. I'm going to say, at doubling what we're getting, I'll put 500 bronze on here. So let's have a look. Okay, so we won that one, so we'll get 1,000 for that. And now we've got ours, so hopefully we will get a fair bit for this one. Okay, so it goes in, nice there. Okay, it looks like he's got no stamina. I'm guessing that's because of the injury he had. But he does still hit pretty hard, and he's got his abilities at the bottom. Unfortunately, it's not looking good again. Wow, we've not done too well, have we, with these fights? Hopefully though, he can pull it off. And yes, we actually won. Thankfully, we won that. And they want him to live, so okay. 19 saves, that's pretty decent. And don't worry, you can, after your next fight, go and rest. And you were slightly wounded in that, so that's not too bad, but never mind. And we won that, so that's more. And now we're against another level 1 dwarf. And of course, I'm going to be putting my money behind line. Okay, a little dwarven woman there. As I say, basically, the dwarves are just humans, but shorter. Well, I think mine, with that helmet and beard, does look more like a stereotypical dwarf than the female. But, there we go, it looks, ooh, okay, so we missed that one. She's getting angry, and there we go, and we need to kill her. So, you know what? The crowd get what the crowd want, because I want to get as much favour as possible, as quick as possible. Because as I say, the more favour you have, the more arenas you can fight in. There we go, unfortunately he did die because he killed her after the fight, and he gets a little bit more experience. Okay, and we are back again, and as you can see, slightly injured, a bit of favour, a bit of silver, but, I mean, look at the betting. We spent 2,500 bronze. What is, 100 bronze equals 1 silver. So that's 25 silver we spent, and we got 40 silver back. I mean, well, what can you say? You know, that's raking it in. If only it was that easy in real life, to be honest. But never mind. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I think you get the idea that this game is trying to put across, and I've got to say, I do really love this type of game. It's a management game. You have your gladiators, you have your arena, and you've got to improve. It's up to you what happens. You decide who fights, you decide who takes what in. And I really enjoy it. I will be keeping my eye on this to see, you know, what they do with the story mode and any updates and improvements they make. And there is a good chance that this game will be making another appearance on my channel at a later date. Now, there are a few things that I would like to see added. For example, extending the story mode, because in the couple of hours I have played this, the only story I've actually seen is that beginning bit. And actually, as you're walking around the arena, actually being able to interact with your gladiators and your guards and the rooms, you know, being able to just, you know, grab a sword and whack a couple of the dummies, or pick up an anvil and go and do some smithing, or even, you know, grab a hook and torture anyone you've got in your torture rooms or your prisons. But, you know, just being able to get into the arena, maybe even start off with the arena damaged, you know, crumbled walls, rooms inaccessible, and you've got to pay to get them repaired, so you can see the arena progress and get bigger and better, upgrade your rooms, you know, instead of being down in the dungeon training, why not a training yard so they're outside in the arena themselves maybe, and you can have them train in their fighting. Few little ideas I would hope will come into it. But in the meantime, I've been Sankey84. This has been the wonderful Blackthorn Arena. Thank you for watching, take care of each other, and goodbye.